Yes, Brentford's forward has been forwarded to Manchester United on a £71 million deal, and this is none other than Brian Mbeumo. However, to Manchester United, Brian is like a brand new car since Manchester United could only afford to buy him in 4 installments as agreed. And this shall add up to £65 million, including £6 million add-ons. So in this case, Tottenham Hotspur has lost a hot pass and Newcastle has been shown a new casket after being killed off from the same deal. Now, Brian Tesadong Macau Mbeumo is a left-footed winger with preference for playing on the right. And in 222 matches under Brentford, Mbeumo scored 65 goals. This includes 20 goals that he scored for Brentford in the last season. Now that he has joined Manchester United as a forward to meet his countryman Onana between the goalposts in the back, we hope that they use the spirit of forward ever and backward never as they do something for Manchester United. And Rashford has been rushed to hospital in Catalonia, Spain to complete a medical checkup ahead of a proposed season-long loan move to Barcelona. So this is with an option to buy him for £26 million. So this cheap move makes Rashford look like a rush for affordables. Now, Rashford fell out of favour under Ruben Amorim and spent a second half of the last season on loan at Aston Villa. Now, Marcus Rashford had no future under Ruben Amorim, so Amorim had to put him off his books and free up considerable space on their wage bill. But the biggest winner here is Marcus Rashford's move from Old Trafford to Camp Nou on loan with an option to be bought, because he clearly swapped from Manchester United, which finished 15th in the last Premier League season, to Barcelona, which won the domestic double and ranked among the season's favourite to win the Champions League. Nevertheless, all that we hope is the best for Rashford. Now, Arsenal is not joking for Gyökeres. Arsenal wants Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon so bad. Now, to know that Victor Gyökeres does not joke with victory, he had scored 54 goals in 52 games, which made him to be on high demand during the summer transfer window. And now Arsenal is desperate to add an elite centre forward after scoring 17 fewer goals and finished 10 points behind the champions Liverpool in the Premier League last season. Remember, Arsenal is also from signing a no-nonsense mad winger, Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Now, Gyökeres scored 97 goals in 102 matches during his 2 seasons in Portugal, helping Sporting CP lift back-to-back Primera Liga titles, and we hope that he does the same for Arsenal. Though, as I speak, negotiations were still underway and anything may have happened by now because a £63.5 million deal was in its final stages. Christian Mosquera is not a Christian Mascarada. He speaks the truth that he was in the process of joining Arsenal from Valencia and technically is now a member of Arsenal. So he was to fly to Singapore to join Arsenal in their pre-season tour as the Gunners were into completing the deal with this Valencia defender. So he can play both centre-back and right-back, and he will fill the gap in the squad that was left by the departure of Takehiro Tomisayu, who mutually agreed to terminate his contract. So Mosquera is a machine because he has made 90 appearances for Valencia and he was a regular last season, playing a full 37 matches in 38 La Liga games. Now, when it comes to Liverpool have frankly agreed with Eintracht Frankfurt that they finally have a huge tick with Hugo Ektik after agreeing on an initial £69 million deal to sign. Now, Frankfurt frankly accepted the deal worth £79 million with £69 million guaranteed and 10 million add-ons. Now, Ektik is expected to place a tick with a 6-year contract after he was to join Liverpool in the Asian tour later this week. Now, Ektik scored 15 goals in 31 starts as Frankfurt finished 3rd in the Bundesliga last season. Remember, his arrival will push Liverpool spending past £250 million mark this summer. Remember, Liverpool also signed Florian Wirtz for a potential British record of £116 million, while defenders Milos Kekes and Jeremy Frimpong have arrived for a combined £70 million. Only 5 players bettered Ektik's scoring record in Bundesliga last season because he provided 8 assists and 117 shots on goal, better than any other player. Now, meanwhile, Luis Diaz is saying that, oh my dears, it is now time I leave Liverpool for Bayern Munich because he feels like it is time to take the next step in his career. While Liverpool has told him that he is pulling a wrong rope and the club won't let him go cheaply, especially after making recent investments like signing Hugo Ektik. Now, even Barcelona wanted Diaz, but the £65 million asking price from Liverpool ended any negotiations. However, Diaz is still determined to run as fast as a deer from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, though Liverpool has already rejected the €67.5 million from Bayern Munich, who are willing to make even a new offer of €70 million plus add-ons. Football giants are fighting to sign a number of Chelsea players because Chelsea is the current GOAT. Now, after Chelsea fans saw Madueke as mad to leave for Arsenal, AC Milan and Napoli wanted to hijack Jackson Nicholas from Chelsea, but they were turned down. So Manchester United, who badly needs Jackson, had been told to put £80 million on the table or forget. Now, Man City was also dreaming of a reunion with Chelsea's midfielder Cole Palmer and were readying a bid of €170 million, which is equivalent of 147.4 million pounds, or maybe you can put it at 197.7 million US dollars to get the deal done. However, Chelsea is targeting Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig of Germany. There is also a possible move of Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United to Chelsea, though this is yet to be confirmed. That is after Alejandro was left out of the preseason tour at Manchester United. However, I will keep updating you on this among more coming football analysis because things keep changing. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exclusive information beyond this. Till next time, bye-bye.